Hey guys, it's Miriam. I'm a mixed media artist, and today I'm talking about my 5 favorite art rules that I like to break. So let's get right into it. Rule number 1, never blend on your canvas. Or at least that's what they say. I blend on my canvas all the time. Now, the main reason you'll hear people say not to blend on the canvas is to avoid muddy colors, but blending on your canvas doesn't make muddy colors. Muddy colors make muddy colors. And as long as you know what causes muddy colors, you'll know how to avoid it and how to fix it. Uh, Rule number 2, starting with your darkest darks. I almost never start with my darkest darks. I like to approach more of a middle out. I'll start with my midtones and then I push the values either higher or lower from there, as you can see here. Another thing with starting with your darkest darks, that usually requires a lot of planning, and my pea brain just doesn't work like that. I like a more exploratory method of painting. All right, rule number 3 that I like to break, priming your canvas. I feel like this is gonna make a lot of people mad, but I don't do any further priming on my canvases. I buy pre-primed canvases directly from the art store, and I like to use them as is. Now, there's a few reasons. When you do any further priming to your canvas, I know a lot of people will prime, sand, do multiple layers, sand, so they get a really nice smooth surface. I personally don't like a super smooth surface because it makes blending, for me, a lot harder. I like it when there's a lot of texture, a lot of roughness to grab the paint into the canvas. Another thing, I do a lot of drippy artwork like this, and if the surface is too smooth, the drips, they'll start going everywhere. I want it a nice uniform pattern, and when I use the canvas directly from the store, it normally has a very mechanical, very uniform pattern to the priming because it's a machine doing it versus something hand done. All right, next one is I don't varnish all of my oil paintings. This is another did I say that right? This is another one that I think people would be surprised by. Now, there are times when I do varnish, and that's if I'm using a painting or if I'm making a painting that has a lot of dark colors or a lot of the paint has sunken in areas where I don't want it to. Varnishing your painting provides a really nice, pretty, even finish on your paintings. And as a mixed media artist, I'm working with a lot of different materials that have inherently different properties and different finishes on them. And I love the look of that. I like juxtaposing really flat materials next to materials that have more of a shine and more of like a wet finish look. And if I were to apply varnish on it, it would give everything a uniform look, and that's just personally not what I like. So that's number 4. And then number 5, my 5th rule that I like to break is not painting with black. You'll hear this thrown out a whole lot. Now, there's one caveat. I don't darken my colors with black, but I will use black as a color on its own or mixed in with colors to make new colors. So don't be afraid of black. But yeah, those are my 5 favorite rules to break. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, or if you have any art rules yourself that you love to break. Thanks, guys.